Illiterate under the influence. Welcome to the online book club where we overindulge in beer and knowledge. So crack open a beer and your book, and let's get illiterate.
What's up, guys? I'm Addison, the Double Cheeseburger, here with...
What's up, guys? It's Megaho.
It's JD. And it's Lex.
And welcome back to Illiterate Under the Influence, part 2 of the first Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So, it's our online book club where we drink a couple beers and we read books.
You guys got beer?
Yeah.
Why don't we start off the show with what you guys got. I'm on a budget, so I got Natural Light.
Someone nicely donated some Pacificos today.
Delicious.
Oh, sweet. I got Coors Banquet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just got some Bang seltzer. I just wanted to try it. So.
Oh, those are horrible, bro.
They're pretty bad. So I've been told, so I don't know.
Hey, Anderson, you remember doing those? We did them on
yeah.
think the last podcast with Clumsy.
That was horrible, bro.
With Dava.
Daba. So, yeah, we're just gonna get into some of the notes we have on this book, and then have some final thoughts on it. And we're gonna pretty much show you guys why we relate to Harry Potter, or how we relate to it.
Well, just like our little important points, right? Just whatever we find interesting. And
Yeah. Anything funny, anything interesting, anything that you were offended by, or who knows. If you guys want to catch the first one, it's in our videos, obviously. And then at the end of the show, we're going to announce the next book we're doing for this month coming up. So let's get into it. I think, JD, you had the first note you said?
Yeah, so I have two on the first one where we picked up on 155 of our book. So we're like midway through. One of those notes that I had was we talked about it a little bit before in the book, but the difference between a prefect and a head boy and head girl.
Oh,
do you guys know? Do you guys know the difference between the two?
I know the prefect is just like the leader, right? Like of the house, like one of the, what would you call it? Like a captain, kind of. A captain of the house, sort of.
Yeah, I looked it up on Harry Potter Wiki, and it comes out to prefects were given a badge. The colors were the colors of the prefect's house, and or silver. They were supposed to wear the badge on their school uniform. The badge would have the letter P on it, while the head boy's badge would have head boy on it, and the head girl's would have head girl.
Oh, so the prefect's the highest of the three.
Oh,
it's kind of...
So the head boy,
kinda...
head girl are the subordinates of the prefect.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because isn't one of the Weasleys, he's the head boy in this one, Perfect, right?
Percy the prefect.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Prefect? I thought it was Perfect.
No, it's a prefect. I think prefects are like the older students as well.
You guys are dyslexic, fool.
I'll listen to that Perfect this entire book.
You're telling your mind what you wanted to hear. That's why.
I thought they just like calling him Perfect Percy or something like that. So that's why I got.
It makes sense, but.
Hi guys.
So I thought Perfect meant like, oh yeah, those guys are like, those are the people.
Hey, but this is why I got. My bad, Lex. The reason I got him mixed up is because like when Mrs. Weasley, when like she's talking about him, they mentioned like Percy as being like their best, not their best kid, but like he does everything properly and correctly, right?
He is. He's like the goody two shoes.
Yeah.
So that's why it does make sense to say like, oh, the perfect Percy, the perfect. But
hell yeah,
I had to reread that a couple times too.
Yeah.
All right, nice note, JD.
Everyone's lady coming in the back today.
I know. Damn.
JD, your turn.
Oh, hold on. Let me go get my lady.
And he just goes like this. And
All right, me.
Lex
Ah, dude, here she
in the back.
is.
Oh, your beautiful lady.
Oh, you pull out an anime figurine.
I come back on screen with a wig.
Hell yeah. Shave real quick.
JD just switches his beard to the top of his head.
I just let my hair down.
Ooh, who's that?
Ooh.
Jaquanda.
Yeah.
Me and Megaho have the next notes in order. I don't know if you want to go first, Megaho. Maybe our minds thought alike on this one.
I think so.
Because it's on the same page.
So mine was it was kind of related to the golden snitch. I don't know if that's what yours is related to, but
No.
All right. Well, I thought like the golden snitch in today's era would be a completely different color than it is in like Harry Potter. Like I think it would be kind of like rainbow colored, you know?
Oh, for Pride Month.
No, not even Pride Month. No, because our modern day snitch is Takashi, doggy. So he got the rainbow hair color. So
I like that.
So I thought that's the thing that I thought of when
That's pretty good.
The golden snitch.
He's the rainbow snitch. Lex is the golden snitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's the thing that you were gonna mention, huh?
I got a note on it too. We'll get to that. But so my notes
that's
on
not even right now.
No, my notes on the same page though, and it says it was talking about when Wood, like the Quidditch captain of the Gryffindors, how he says the Weasley are like bludgers themselves.
Oh yeah.
And then what'd I say? And I said we could start using that as like a new word for when we're drunk. Like we're just a couple of bludgers. I don't know. It just sounded. That's what caught my mind when I was reading that part.
Or you could be like, he becomes a bludger when he gets.
Stop bludging out, dog. You're too bludged. I don't know. It's just something that the way they describe the bludgers, I was like, oh, that sounds like us when we're drunk. So that was just my note.
I like that.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
My next note's 171. What's your guys' next note?
Oh, my next one's on 175.
I'll go next then. Well, we'll go in order.
I have one on 172.
All right, so me, JD, then Megaho. So 171, I wrote on my note. I said pronunciation. Mention raising hands to take turns. No, never mind. And I wrote down in my note, if we were wizards, we'd fuck up all the time because we're drunk. Oh, because that's a Leviosa, not Leviosa. So that was my note on 171. That's when they're Hermione's little showboat, and Wingardium Leviosa.
Us trying to pronounce the spell. Wait.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking slurring our words already. But yeah, that was just my note. I was like, we'd be shitty wizards, bro. Like, there's no way we wouldn't pronounce shit right at all.
That's fact.
Correctly. JD, what note you have on 172?
Oh, 172. I really appreciate the detail that goes on with the background characters, because this is more talking about just like, and we get them throughout the book, but this is one that kind of stuck with me. When they're kind of like walking out, and Ron is just like talking shit about Hermione, and they talk about how what's her name? Pavardi.
Oh, Pavardi. So yeah.
And some of the other students start like talking about Hermione and like, oh, we saw her crying in the bathroom or whatever. And it's just these little tiny things that like you get like a glimpse of like background characters doing stuff, and like it kind of like grounds you into the story a little bit more. So I really like that.
Yeah, I would say it gives you like the actual school vibes, like people just gossiping amongst each other, like.
No, 100%, because like I feel the same way, like in school, and I think that's a great thing that you brought up is that like in school, like I didn't know these people, but like if I went through my yearbook, I'd be like, oh, dude, I remember him saying like some shit about like whatever when I was passing him in the hall.
Exactly. Yeah. Super. Go ahead, Nico. My bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you know, like I know it's like getting ahead in the whole series, but like I did notice that they mentioned Lavender on this page as well, and
Yeah.
we don't really hear of Lavender until later. Like I'm not really sure on the books because I only got through like the third or fourth one, but like Lavender's not a big character, but she does eventually come in and plays a part, you know.
I can't remember who that is in the, like later on, but that's cool. So
Lavender-
she rings bells early on.
Yeah, Lavender is one of those main characters, and I mean we get a couple of those in the book as well. I mean they talk about Pansy in this book, and we don't really hear about Pansy very much until the very end of the series.
Seeing
I don't
as
know if you
Finnegan,
guys.
whatever.
Well, Pansy ends up marrying Draco,
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
but like it's super weird because she's such a background character. But like it's these background characters like we were talking about.
It
that,
just
like,
gets
play
you
a role.
familiarized with the
Yeah.
Fact.
It's no wonder no one can stand her. He said to Harry. That's fucked up. They're looking kind of bullies, right? Like,
Right?
Ron is at least.
yeah, he hates that bitch, bro. Like,
I mean, but to be honest, I mean, Hermione was kind of like a bitch at some points, you know. Like,
IQ, yeah.
I mean,
I almost wonder. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
I mean, she was always like by the book, basically. She's just like, oh, you know, like she's kind of like a show off. Like maybe like, you know, she doesn't want to brag, but she somehow still ends up bragging, basically.
She thinks her shit don't float. Like she's better than everyone. Like,
She thinks her shit smells like roses.
hell yeah. What do you think about like the whole like stereotype that when like you're little kids and you're mean to somebody, but it's because you really like them? You know what I mean? Maybe
I don't know.
that's some foreshadowing for later in this shit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
Maybe that's like what they're setting early on.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
Magaho
really know
won-
if that was in like real life. Not for us, at least.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't think it's true.
I don't know. I think, you know, they do kind of become friends in this book, and then like, you know, I feel like given time, you know, anybody can really just become close. So, you know, it could just be that.
It's true. You could be friends with someone you hate eventually. Megaho, you had a note on 175?
Yes, sir. So mine was just like messing around. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, don't get all crazy, all right?
Not
What's
tonight.
up?
We're reading.
Yeah, they're talking about books.
Okay,
Book club.
good, man. I just don't want for you to just go all crazy.
Nah, not tonight. Not at least. That was this weekend though.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
well,
take care.
All right, Dad. Take care. Anyways, so mine was I was saying that Hogwarts has shitty bathrooms because this is on page 175. They're kind of like mentioning what was like laying around while they're this is when they're like in the restroom helping Hermione escape, and it says because they had like pipes and taps laying around. So I was just like, wow, I'm like these fucking wizards. They have like they could easily like put these bathrooms together like Wingardium Shitiosa or something, you know? I don't know.
They could literally have like the top notch like bathroom in the whole world. And, yeah, it's like, why does it look all so outdated and rusty and shit?
Yeah,
Like throw
what
some
time-
drywall on these fucking castle walls or something. I don't know.
I mean, what time does this book take place? Like, I don't even know.
Early
It's supposed to be
90s.
modern, yeah, 90s. Like,
Yeah.
The Battle of Hogwarts takes place in 97. So this is like 1999 or 1990.
I don't know why they can't have good toilets. Probably because it's in England.
oh
Yeah.
damn! Hey, shout out to you, the England listeners
Okay.
right now.
Talking about that too is I don't know if it's a like an English thing or whatever, But have you guys noticed the pig theme going on throughout Harry Potter, where we talk about like Hogwarts? Dudley gets referred to as a pig and gets a pig's tail. We go to Hogsmeade. It's all these like little like pig related things throughout the whole entire book.
You know, I kind of just overlooked the fact that hog means pig. So
I had a little thing that I noticed when like they described the festivals, or not the festivals, but their foods, like what do you call it? Like their feast. Sorry,
Yeah.
feast. They mention a lot because there's one of my notes. I think I bring it up a little later.
Hey, hold on,
But
I'm
it's
jumping
one of
ahead
the
because
yeah.
I was gonna say though, I saw Megaho's notes. We took the same note on that one. It's stupid though. But real quick to Lex's point, I really did overlook that. It didn't even come to my mind. Like, oh, like I wonder why they love sausages so much. Or I'm not gonna
It's
say
a UK thing, John. It's a UK thing, though.
Okay.
blood sausage and shit.
Oh yeah.
Who has
It's
the
just,
next note? Oh shit.
you
My
guys
next
were right
one's,
about these bangs. The aftertaste is just like pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
I just
Yeah,
been slugging
that's-
these. I hasn't even actually tasted them. So
Dog, just start shotgunning them again. Just
Those are disgusting.
All right, my next note is on 179.
Anyone else has one before that?
I had one on 177.
Let's hear
Mine was just a very quick how would I say, like, look, but I came to the conclusion that Professor Quirrell must have lied on his Hogwarts application, because he can't defend shit, dog.
it. Sounds like a weenie, huh?
He's always stuttering. He can't hold his wand in the same place. This man.
In his defense, he recently developed a stutter. The stutter wasn't like a part of him. It wasn't until he went to whatever to go hunt vampires that he then came back with a stutter.
He still got the job though.
I mean, that's the story, though, isn't it? I thought like that was just an act, though, was it not?
It's part of the act. It's also because he's we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I don't want to spoil the book.
Give it time.
JD 179.
179. So my note here is that we're halfway through the school year. We are all the way at this point, and what officially makes Hermione like one of the gang is that she lies. And Ron and Harry are just like, yeah, I could fuck with this bitch. Like, you know.
She just covered our ass.
Yeah.
That just became part of the gang for sure.
That's a good one.
I don't know. I kind of thought, like, you know, her being honest probably would have been better, but I don't know. I guess the lie.
Look at Lex snitching again.
Hey, like in reality, they went to go save her because she was crying in the bathroom because of what they said, and she didn't know that there was a troll in the castle. So you know, they just went to go and save her, basically. So I mean,
this is where I'm going to argue with you. But who put the troll in the bathroom? Ron and Harry.
I guess
the troll in there.
I'll take you one further. What was that troll gonna do to Hermione in that bathroom?
Oh, chill out, dog.
Come on, hey, this is just insightful thinking. We don't know what was going through that troll's head.
I mean, the excuse she gave was like, "Oh, I tried to fight the trolls, and they just tried to like get me back." But like, would they have lost points if they just said, "Oh, I was unaware of the troll," you know, and these two came to get me, to inform me and get me to safety, basically. But you know, I don't know. This is my thinking. Anyways.
Real quick though, the only reason the troll was in there because they tried to like save her in the first place. All right, like they locked it in there.
Well,
They
they're
were like, oh, we're gonna stop the troll from going anywhere else in the castle. We're just gonna lock it into the bathroom, and they're like, oh, dude, where's Hermione? Ah, she's crying in the bathroom.
In the
But,
bathroom,
like,
yeah. So I mean, the intentions were good though in the first place. It's not like
yeah. I mean, they went to go look for her. They said that she was in the bathroom, and then they see the troll, and then
Forget that she's in the bathroom.
they lock it in the bathroom. Yeah, sounds like a drunken mistake. We've had many of those.
Loki. We're like, that's a good idea.
Is Megaho on the roof still? I don't know. Just something random.
Did we leave him in the outhouse?
How?
Oh no, Megaho, can you leave your shirt on a candle?
Oh, not a lit one. That's for sure.
Real quick, because I didn't mark down the page, Megaho, but you know what me and you thought, because I looked it up too.
Oh, les saucisses.
Yeah, but what page is that? Is it way later still?
That's on page 203.
Oh, I did mark it. I just wrote down Zinger. That's stupid. These are my drunken notes. I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't even read my own handwriting.
Well, I had one on 199. That's my nearest one. I don't know.
I got 193. Anyone have one earlier?
Yeah.
182.
Okay.
182 is here.
Lex, hold on, real quick. Lex has not brought a single point. He has just commented on our points.
Bro, I talked about this in the live stream that I'm not good at taking notes. You weren't there because you were, 3%ing. And
oh yeah, nice, Lex.
And is this coming from the guy that still owes us a shotgun?
Huh?
Ooh.
Do you want me to do it now?
Nah, it's alright. I'll let you slide this time.
I mean, I could do it now. Let's go get something. It'll make it like I said. It'll make it easier to drink these fucking.
Lex is just now considering drinking everything via shotgun.
That's the quickest way to get it down, brother. All right, so 193, and then JD, what were you? 185?
182.
182.
182. Yeah. By the way, Chuggers, we want you guys, if you have the copy and reading along with us, look up the notes we took. Maybe you guys have similar minds, or who knows. Go to the page. I feel like almost everybody has a Harry Potter copy laying around somewhere.
Not any Jehovah's Witness.
That's true.
No, I grew up. These were my bedtime storybooks.
Oh yeah. That's why you look like Hagrid. No, just kidding.
Hell yeah.
All right, go ahead, JD.
All right. So my note 182. If you're following along, my note right here is it's that moment where Snape gets Harry walking to the Quidditch field with the Quidditch book, and it was all like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing, nerd?" and takes the book from him. And I think it's a really cool point, especially when we get later on in the series and we get to learn a little bit more about Snape's background. So Snape kind of goes from a nerd in school with books to now being this guy going to a sporting event, going Psh, nerd, and taking the book.
Yeah.
What's funny? It's a sports book too, right?
Yeah, it's a sports book.
Through the ages. Yeah. So it's like taking your Kobe Bryant autobiography.
Dog, Snape's a dick with the points too. He's snatching shit. 5 points, dog, just for a book.
In his defense, Harry is a dick through the entire series.
More and more,
just like his dad.
Harry's a fucking
exactly.
Hey, we're not on those books yet, right?
Yeah.
No, but Harry's lucky. They're just menaces, bro. Running around in the middle of the night, invisible and shit. You can't leave those devices to a kid. That's no good.
All I'm saying, if Harry has this much back talk, he wasn't hit hard enough.
Hey, the Dursleys should have done better. No, I'm kidding.
I know.
Hey, he kind of had he could have been the Batman of the wizard world, but he fucked up.
Exactly.
He literally messed up. He could have been oh damn, I got hella bank out here in this wizard world. Let me buy a house. No. Instead, he wasted all throughout the entire series. I don't even know where he goes. It's ridiculous.
Maybe he's, I don't know, but like he is a hero in his own sense, anyways.
Wizarding prostitutes.
Oh my god!
You know, basically what he does cancels out everything bad that happens to him.
Pretty much, like, hey, bro, they don't even need prostitutes because they could configure like a fucking coin jar into a woman or some shit. Like, they could turn their cat into Professor
Guardian
McGonagall.
blowjob.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they have cats and shit.
Well, yeah, that's why Professor McGonagall is probably like a street cat, but
Dude, did Rubes go to Hogwarts? Is that what this is?
She literally turns into a pussy.
yeah. Double pussy.
What was your next note?
All right, so I'm 193. No one else before that, no?
No.
I'm up till 99.
All right, so my note was Lex busted a Hagrid on a live stream. Because this is the part where I think this where. Let me see where I put the note.
Is it like where when Hagrid with the dragon or something?
Oh, because that's when Hagrid says Nicholas Flamel.
Oh,
And like, he's like, you should have said that at all.
It's when we start calling each other by our real names.
No, it's because I don't know if you're on that stream, JD, but Lex kind of pulled. I don't know if you want to say it out loud. Lex Howard pulled a Hagrid. He's like,
yeah.
He be blabbering all the details, doggy.
Dang.
At least Hagrid is aware that he just fucked up, but Lex didn't even realize what he was saying.
Not until we literally told him, hey, shut the fuck up.
Like, shut up, dog. Yeah. So that was just my note. As I read that part, I was like, bro, this is Lex right here. Like,
and then he was still like, what? What did I do?
What did I say? Like, it's all cash.
Was this not common knowledge?
Maybe one day we'll talk about it.
Damn, boy.
No, Lex, the whole point is that we don't talk about stuff on live streams. We don't bring
Not
it
on
up.
live stream, but in private.
In private, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
199.
Yeah. So my next one was it was just a little thing that I saw on but they're pretty much like explaining wizard chess. And I was just saying that they must have been some savages to fucking play because they were willing to sacrifice their doggies and shit. Because like, I think in one of them when they're playing, Harry's kind of explaining how like when he plays with Ron, that Ron's pieces don't even like question him, like they move to where they need to. And with Harry, they would be like, no, like send this guy, like he's dispensable. So I was like, damn, I was like, even the fucking chess pieces back then were savages towards each other. They're willing to like, hey, kill this doggy off first, not me.
At least they're just like soldiers, though. That's how I took it. Like,
I mean,
that's what they're meant to do.
They're like living pieces, so like it's like harder. You know, they want like someone who's like probably more of a leadership role or something. I don't know.
That's just an overall point too about Ron, is that like he seems like the clumsy kind of, kind of dumb, but like yeah, he's so good at chess, like, which is a very like mental game, yeah, strategy and all that. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's cool though. I like that about him. But
facts. Not to be bothersome, but I have notes on 202 through 204.
Okay. Real quick, let's get
on 2,000 or 200.
200. Let's hear it.
All right. So, my note is that we're opening up Christmas presents. We're at Christmas. Harry receives some gifts. This is what I think is a little weird, and this is where I'm kind of highlighting stuff, and I bring this up because I read the whole entire series. But throughout the series, Harry does get 3 gifts that I think are very important to note from the Dursleys. They seem odd, but his first gift that he gets in book 1 is the 50-cent piece or whatever the 50 pence piece, the Muggle money.
He gives it to
Right?
Ron, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a circle, right? The next year, he's going to get a toothpick, right? A stick. The third gift that he gets from the Dursleys is the tissue, which you think is weird, right? But when you put all those together, what does that make? The Deathly Hallows symbol.
Oh, really? I was thinking that, you know, if you ever seen SpongeBob, that episode where where fucking SpongeBob locks himself inside a house, like inside his own house, and then he just like makes friends with a fucking tissue.
This guy literally switched the toothpick for a Pringle.
Oh my god.
But that, I don't know. Him talking about that just reminds me of that.
That's
pretty cool though. I honestly, when I read that part, yeah, the Illuminati circle, dog. Just kidding. No,
That's
when
Illuminati in the wizard world.
Yeah, dog. They rule the world, wizarding world, the sex world, the pharmaceutical world. Nah, just kidding. No, but when I read that part, I thought it was weird that they sent him anything at all. Like, to be honest, because I thought they were still mad. Like, because as we acknowledge in the first half of this book, like, didn't they just leave the Dursleys in that island without the boat? So, like,
Yeah.
I thought, like, why the fuck would they send Harry a gift? Like, who cares about this kid?
Asshole.
Like, this asshole left us stranded in a rock island. Like, I don't know.
That's
funny.
true.
But that's a cool, some super foreshadowing.
Hey, yeah, that. Like when you said like the second one with like the toothpick, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of see where he's going with it.
It's the symbolism that like is imprinted there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not knowledgeable enough. You guys fucking read the books or saw the movies. I'm kind of coming into this fresh. So I don't know all this foreshadowing. So.
Speaking of our next note, looks like Mega Ho got some fresh chipolatas.
Mega Ho over here eating like he's at Hogwarts.
Yeah, that just appeared out of nowhere.
Hey, I got my little feast going on right here. I got some penne pasta with some chicken,
some blood sausage and rock cakes.
Yeah, and then a nice wizarding drink.
Shout out to the chef.
Hell yeah!
Hey,
what's in that drink?
It's vodka and cranberry juice and tahini.
Yummy.
I'm pretty sure. Hey, my next one, it was actually more like a question, like for everyone. So I don't think they mention it in the book by the end of it in this one, but who is the one that sends the cloak to Harry?
That was Dumbledore.
It is Dumbledore, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I will point it out when we get there. I'll point it out, but Dumbledore does send it.
He mentions it during the mirror, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
He mentions it when Harry's in the hospital.
I thought he said it in the mirror too. He's like, "I hope I'm using your gift wisely," or he said that, right, or some shit.
He alludes to it, but he doesn't officially say it until the end.
Okay. All right. Well, that was because like my two guesses were Dumbledore and Snape. Because like in the moment of reading it, I'm assuming a little.
Yeah.
But those were my guesses. But yeah, I just wanted to see who you guys thought, or assumed it would be. And then the next one, that's our note, Darty.
Oh yeah, I saw Megaho's notes this weekend. Like I looked at his book, and because I looked this up too, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And the note I had written down is "suck my chipolata," but it's because Megaho. Why don't you tell him what that is?
So a chipolata is a nice, thin, short but fresh sausage.
Salchicha. Little sausage action.
Keep going, man.
It's pretty cool though, hearing all the like British foods or whatever they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing all the wizard food.
But that's another hog related thing. Because sausages are pigs now.
Typically, yeah.
You can. Yeah.
You can make sausage out of anything technically, but yeah, like typically it's normally pork.
Oh, but finally my last note, or on the 204, the next page.
Yeah.
So if we read like the top paragraph, So it says Hagrid getting redder and redder in the face as he called for more wine, finally kissing Professor McGonagall on the cheek, who, to Harry's amazement, giggled and blushed, her top hat lopsided. So the only thing I could assume from this is that Hagrid would be smashing clams at Hogwarts, doggy.
He'd be smashing dry oysters, dog.
I mean,
Isn't McGonagall? Hey, he'd be smashing cats, dog.
Bro, clearly Hagrid is a chugger, so you know he must have those moments where he's just like, man, look at that.
Hey, he sends her an owl at 1 a.m.
Hey, how many fucking like cases of beer do you think it takes him to get faded?
Hagrid,
it has to be an absurd amount, like
at least 24 packs.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Wait, how many 24 packs?
Two?
Yeah. Bro, he's probably just necking that shit like. Imagine that. Drinking like 840s and you're not even feeling a buzz.
He fucking drinks a keg, probably.
Bro, and he probably just has a spell to refill his mug every time. That'd be sick. Yeah, I remember reading that part now, and that was pretty crazy because I don't know. I just feel like Hagrid wouldn't have a chance with like a normal wizard girl or witch or whatever. Like, you know, it just would look weird. Like his lips probably is like half of her fucking.
Him and Bellatrix.
Which was Bellatrix?
Bellatrix Lestrange. Draco's Sirius
Black.
Which one? Oh, the one that killed Sirius Black?
She's Sirius Black's cousin.
Hey, she's also
the one that killed him, right?
Uncle, right? Or aunt, my bad.
Yeah, I thought that was the one that killed I don't know. You guys are talking about other movies and shit. We're reading a book. No, I don't know. I know it's strange. It was in this one?
No, we don't talk about her in this book.
No, that's what I mean. Like I don't, cause I know the name was strange.
We're just getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Let's focus on the Sorcerer Stone.
I have a note on 208, and I have a question before I get into this. Is can we share screens? Like if I share my screen, can you see it? Okay, I want to show you.
I could share. Yeah, I don't know. Could you do it? You guys have the option too.
I mean, I see a share button, maybe.
Yeah, I want to see if I can.
If not, I could look it up. But you might have to mute yourself because it might give echoing or something. Unless it's just a picture.
No, I think I don't think I can. I think I have to have it. But
is it a video or?
Yeah, it's a video on YouTube, but it is of this section. It's a reading of this section.
I mean,
text it to me and I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now. Professor Lupin reads this section of the book. Just type in Lupin reads Harry Potter. It's going to be a YouTube short, I believe. But while you're looking it up, I'll read the actual line that he reads. Where is it? It's the.
You said
a very pretty woman.
208, right?
208, yeah.
Okay.
She had dark red hair, and her eyes are just like mine, Harry thought. Edging a little, he noticed that she was crying, smiling, but crying at the same time. The tall, thin, black-haired man standing next to her put his arm around her. He wore glasses, and his hair was very untidy. It stuck up at the back, just as Harry's did. He was very close to the mirror now that his nose was nearly touching his own reflection. "Mom," he whispered. "Dad." They just looked at him, smiling. And slowly, Harry looked into the faces of other people in the mirror and saw other pairs of green eyes like his, other noses like his, even a little old man who looked as though he had Harry's knobbly knees. Harry was looking at his family for the very first time in his life.
Harry's got some bitch-ass knees. No,
this is the part where he sees the mirror?
Yeah, so he's in the room with the mirror. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the mirror's name because I know it's like super... I wrote it down.
It's not Arised. It's like
Eris?
Erised.
I thought it was like Eris or something.
It's
I read it as
Arised.
Arised, but I know that'd be with an A. I don't know. I feel like it'd be with an A.
I love that I could see your screen and the fact that one of my videos pops up.
Where?
Yeah, where?
My video right there, look. I got rid of the search bar. It'll be right there. It was posted 4
right
days
here.
ago. Check it out.
Oh, I see.
Haha.
Give
Go
yourself
check
a
out
shout
JD.
out.
Do you want me to look up the video still or not anymore? Because you read that part.
No, I actually think it's really cool if you look it up. Lupin reads Harry Potter. It's a really short clip. It's on the shorts.
Is that how you spell Lupin?
Yeah.
Hey, why does XNXXXXXX pop
Yes,
up?
it's that short. The first one.
Harry was so close to the mirror now, his nose was nearly touching that of his reflection. Mum? Whisper. There. He just looked at him, smiling. And slowly Harry looked into the faces of the other people in the mirror and saw up.
Could you guys hear it, Pun?
Yeah.
I have a
Hey,
lot of
that-
like, I don't know what's going on in the background. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. Hey, is that the?
That it?
That's the professor from the third one.
Yes. He's a Shakespearean actor. I just really like how he reads this part because it popped up on my TikTok a while ago. And when I was reading it, I could only read it the way that he does, and this very Macbeth style of like Shakespearean writing, because it does have that kind of Shakespearean flow in that writing, and I really wanted to point that out and talk about it in this section, is because it is like, not only is this a very like critical moment for Harry, where he sees his family for the first time in his life,
Yeah.
but it's also this very like smooth writing that J.K. Rowling puts in there, that it flows and it makes you like connect to Harry a little bit more than you did before. Because before this, you're like, yeah, he had some parents who died, but now you understand he has the same eyes as his mom. He
has weak ass knees. Like
he
his
got
muscles
weak
are.
ass knees. He got those knobbly knees. I think we talk about a couple more times in the series, but like
They have mentioned it, I think, a couple times in the book or something.
yeah, like it's really funny because she does just randomly throw it in there. If you read the whole entire series, that J.K. Rowling every now and then just throws jabs at Harry, just like he's effed up.
Yeah,
Because you can't let it get to his head.
You got shitty ass knees, but
You're
yeah,
not that cool,
was,
dog. Chill out.
Nah, but if you guys go look it up, it's on YouTube. It's a really great video. Like I really enjoy it. I just wanted to bring it up.
It seems pretty cool so far. I mean, let's just finish it out. Might as well.
All right.
Hell yeah, but I recognize that thespian coming out, JD, over here.
Other pairs of green eyes like his, other noses like his, even a little old man who looked as though he had Harry's knobbly knees. Harry was looking at his family for the first time in his life.
Yeah, but again, that's like very Shakespearean, especially the way that he's portraying that scene of reading into a mirror, and a lot of imitations of Macbeth is it's the whole to be or not to be scene, is where basically he's talking to himself. So sometimes it's a skull, sometimes it's in a mirror, and that's actually how like other people hear about him talking to himself and thinking that he's crazy. Is that, or Hamlet? I'm sorry, but it's that like to be or not to be. That is the question, whether it is. But it's that he's looking in the mirror and he's like talking to himself, and it's very deep and meaningful.
That was a pretty dope rendition, though, that werewolf did.
Anybody else? What's the next note that you guys have?
I got one on 214.
I have one on 211. It's really dumb and really quick, but anybody got anyone in sooner?
No. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure.
We know Lex doesn't for sure.
No.
Okay. 211 really
Hey, I'm
quickly
still
is that
giving my
they're-
commentary, okay?
So 211 really quickly, they're talking about the cloak and Harry's new invisibility cloak and how it's working because Ron's kind of upset that he didn't get to go along with Harry on his first adventure. But one of the thoughts that they have is, did the cloak work on cats? And I was like, what kind of drunk thought is that shit?
Hell yeah. Because hey,
just
that's
thought
a
it
good
was-
note. Yeah, because I have every note I've read so far, like when I'm rereading right now on the actual post-it, like I'm like, what the fuck was I writing? Like, what was I trying to say? But that's funny that it's like,
Yeah,
I just thought it was
on
funny when I was
211
reading it. When I was reading it, it was like, oh, does the cloak work on cats? And I was the whole like, what kind of drunk stoner are you that you're like, man, does this invisibility cloak work on everyone?
hey, you think I could put this on my car? I could just run
Right.
people. Like, I don't know.
It was just so dumb.
On 211, I also put, why didn't they dispose of the cat while using the cloak?
Right.
Yeah, that's
Wait, what cat? What cat are we talking about?
Mrs. Norris. That's
Did you read the book?
Yeah, I read.
Filch's cat.
the
Oh
snake.
yeah, that guy. That guy. Yeah, I know.
You know what I was thinking too, because I'm not gonna lie, I stopped taking notes after the chipolatas, because I just like did that last stretch almost before I went to Kelly, and then I was thinking though, you guys remember when Ron's brother came to pick up the dragon or whatever?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
his friends. Yes.
I was thinking like, I get it, like if you're trying to like correlate dragons to dogs, like how people have love for them.
Mhm.
But like, who the fuck would take the time out of the day? Like, I'm gonna go get this dragon from these random kids that my friend says is his brother. Like, I just wouldn't go to the hassle. And like, then they gotta travel with that shit to romantic. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. The friends that were sent though were also dragon researchers and experts.
I get
they
that because
also-
it's like a dog lover or like a dog that works at someone that works at a pound that would do. But like,
They go and
would they
rescue
go?
the pit bull.
Would they go through that many hoops? Like, they gotta figure out how to fly with it and like, I don't know.
Especially when it's illegal for them too.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, they're really
Because
busting like
they chain it and
crimes.
suspend it between the two of them as they're like traveling.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like, that was only I didn't like write it down, but that was one of my thoughts. I was like, these guys must love dragons, like, because I would not
was a good one.
fucking do that.
Bro,
like, at all.
they cop to fucking was it called smuggling dragons? Like it's nothing. Like like oh we've done this shit before.
They get like
Yeah,
10 years in Azkaban. They get busted.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, so one of my like bigger points on page 214. So Dumbledore's there, like explaining to Harry, kind of the mirror of Arise, right? Arise,
Arise.
and then
yeah.
so you know how like when Harry asked him what does he see, and Dumbledore's like response is like, oh, I see like me getting a new pair of socks. Do you think he actually saw him and Grindelwald kissing, or do you think
Doggy,
it was a
I
little
had
more
the exact
explicit?
same note. I'm not even kidding. I had the exact.
No, that's
Dumbledore
fire.
is
I like
his
that.
imagination, right? He's
Well, because
imaginary, right?
no, Grindelwald's real, but like.
No, I'm just saying
No.
gay, but like in a clean way.
Oh, hey, nice reference, Lex. That was lame on my part. Damn. Did you guys catch that callback?
Yeah.
I didn't catch it. I was like, wait, what? No, he's real. Yeah. Hey, now that I'm like, I watched like the Grindelwald series and shit, Fantastic Beasts or whatever. It's pretty dope that they mention it like in the beginning of this book. Like, it's on like their book list that they have to get.
Yeah.
Like for the school year. So it's crazy. Like that bitch JK just made hella other stories off. Like names she probably just made up on a whim. Like, I'm gonna put Dumbledore beat some guy named Grindelwald, and then look what it turned into now. Like, that's crazy.
Who knew they would be gay? Who knew?
I don't know though.
I'm
Wait,
still
wait.
shocked.
But isn't J.K. Rowling against like stuff like that. I thought.
No,
She's like,
So-
she's not against anything. She just says a woman or women. Pretty
All right.
much.
Oh, that's
So let's take a
controversy.
quick break to talk about this. J.K. Rowling is a first wave feminist who thinks that the trans community isn't valid because it takes away the focus
The actual
of real
feminists that
women,
had to fight. Yeah. Like,
the real women who had to fight for feminism. And the reason that is because she compares to a woman to a trans woman is that a trans woman doesn't have to go through a period and doesn't have to go through the changes that a real woman has to go through.
birth and shit,
biological
like
woman has to go
birthing a
through.
child and shit.
And all that, and that's her biggest comparison, and because of that she's considered a TERF, I think is the term.
Oh yeah, what is it? Trans something radical feminine. I don't know, some weird shit.
Yeah,
Turd or turf?
TERF.
TERF.
No, but that's a nice zinger you guys had about seeing Grindelwald. I know you straight up lying though when he said a pair of socks. Like, come on, though.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I want to say though.
Oh no, that's just what Grindelwald uses to wipe off.
Oh fuck. That's what he bites on when he's taking it.
One thing
A new pair of socks.
One thing I want to say about Hagrid losing his dragon, I felt pretty sad. You know, I was like, oh man, he's losing. You know, one thing that he really wanted, the one thing he really wanted, and just taking it away from him, just like that. So sad.
Well, I wouldn't say that it's just
yeah.
one thing that he really wanted, but yeah, Hagrid is basically the Steve Irwin of the Wizarding world, which I'm a huge believer that we need a Steve Irwin type of animal show in the Wizarding world with like Hagrid.
We got fucking Newt Scamander, dog. What do you mean?
No, but I want Hagrid going around and teaching us about animals, like the way that he talks and the way that he acts. I would love to see him being like, Crocky, there's a crocodile, but like the way that Hagrid would do it.
I love Hagrid's accent. Yeah, you could tell he's a fucking trucker just by his accent.
Yeah, dog. I love the way he talks is so weird to read. Like, what the fuck? Like,
well, I mean, throwback to when he breaks into the Dursleys' little island house, where he's all like, "I'll take anything stronger if you got it."
Yeah, trucker.
Yeah,
right there.
Bro, he talks like a trucker. He talks like he's fucking faded all the time.
He's just he lives life drunk. Go ahead, Mega. My bad.
I was just gonna say Hagrid was gonna do the show, but unfortunately he got killed by a stingray dragon.
Oh shit! A Norwegian.
The plans just fell through, so it's not gonna happen anymore.
Hey, those ridges on those backs are extra pointy.
Oh, bro, look out for him.
Yeah, he was just relaxing somewhere,
and that shit just like,
bro,
horrible.
Some other thoughts.
Over,
my bad.
Those were kind of my last ones, honestly.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't.
In the book,
I didn't write any more. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
Nah, but I totally get you guys because like going through this like last section because like again like I was drinking while I was doing it, so it was kind of like hard. But I mean like let's hop in. We're going into chapter 13. If you guys are following us, this is Nicholas Flamel, chapter 13, 219. The fact that we overlooked this from the beginning is that we've read this card before. This is where we are eating chocolate frogs, and Harry's like, oh, I already got this Dumbledore card before, but I'm going to reread this card. Yeah, we got this on the train, and he read this card before, and it had Nicholas Flamel, and Harry completely like overlooked it.
Did you write the page down where he said it in the beginning too?
I did not. I didn't go back to look for it.
But yeah, he did get obviously Dumbledore's chocolate frog card. But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it too. I was like, wait, that name sounds familiar, but like I can't fucking remember. So
I will say, I don't know how you guys read, but I'm pretty much faded every time I start reading too. So, which I think is like part of the fun of this. Yeah, that shit's
Yeah. But I thought it was really cool, and it's like those like little interesting slips that like J.K. Rowling left in there.
some callbacks like Lex. You guys, all three of you guys are so very imaginative.
Bro, don't say you're not imaginative with fucking Mega Ho over here.
Oh, I know. We got some crazy imaginations.
I mean, I swear last time you guys were like almost making out.
They call us Dumbledore and Grindelwald.
Hey, look at him just blabbering again, dude.
Look at Hagrid over here again. Oh, again, Hagrid doing it again.
Take him off. We're gonna have to edit
about.
this piece out now.
Hey, another note, like mental note. When they went to the dark, what is it called, the Dark Forest or Black Forest?
Mm-hmm.
Those fucking centaurs or minotaurs, whatever they are, they low-key sound like assholes. Like they sound so cool and majestic in the way they describe them, but like how they get mad at the one for saving Harry, like I don't know, that's kind of fucked up.
I mean, so if you want to talk about that, I mean,
oh, there he is.
If you want to talk about like the centaurs and stuff, like I think that's a very interesting point in the wizarding world that we get to later on in the books, and especially like when you branch off into like Pottermore and stuff like that, the websites that J.K. Rowling have like very heavily influenced on. But what's really interesting, especially if you've read Magical Beasts and Where to Find Them, the actual book, what's really interesting about centaurs is that the reason that they're so like off-putting is because the wizards do not want to grant them like human rights. Like they're like, no, you are an animal and that's all you are. But they're very intelligent. They have their own society. They have their own culture. But they're like, no, you are not a person.
Oh shit! So they're like the transgenders of the wizards.
They're closer to the Native Americans. Or natives, to depending on wherever you are in the world, because I know that like for like CA in Canada, the natives over there are facing the same thing. Australia, natives are facing the same thing.
Yeah,
so
and shit.
So it's really the centaurs are really the natives of the wizarding world, and it's really.
I got that from that too, but I was gonna say, Hagrid's like the real fucking progressive of this book then, because he treats them like homeboys, which is pretty cool, because Hagrid is almost a beast himself, you know, like not a creature, but he's an almost non-human, like, you know, giant.
Well, Hagrid shouldn't. I forget what book. I'm not sure if it was in this one or if it's later in the series, but they talk about Hagrid technically shouldn't have powers because he's half wizard, half giant, and giants don't have magical capabilities.
No, but I was just pointing out that that is cool that he got lucky. But like, look at the Muggle-born like Hermione. But what I will say is like, it's pretty dope of Hagrid to treat them like homeboys and not like scum, not like animals. He's gonna start farming them and shit. Like,
yeah,
I got some fresh chipolatas of
black market.
He's like,
yeah, black market shit.
Come to me, Blackfoot.
Well, especially because he's walking around the woods with a crossbow. Which also, let's talk about that for a second. Who else read that and wanted to go get a crossbow?
No, I read that and thought they got fucking wands. Why do you need a crossbow? That's the first thing I thought. I was like,
Hagrid doesn't have magic though,
but he uses his umbrella as a wand.
What do you mean? Yeah, he has a wand.
He's not supposed to, and you have to
remember.
But
you just acknowledge that he's a wizard too. Like he does have magic, and he also turned Dudley's tail.
He's not supposed to. He's not supposed to use magic. You also have to remember that the Ministry of Magic knows everybody who uses magic and when they use magic. They basically track you.
But still, I just thought it sounded primal. Like you got a fucking crossbow, but you're over here with wizards. Like, I don't know. Take Harry's wand from him. Like, I don't know.
But also, like, how cool is that? I feel like you're a wizard and you're like, oh, dude, I'm just going to walk around with my wand, right? Like, whatever. And then all of a sudden you get shot in the chest with a crossbow. You're done.
You're going to feel like the worst wizard ever. Like, I'm an idiot. Like, I could have put a force filter on me. I don't know.
Bro, like, through your spell, you just get shot through the chest.
At your
Oh, yeah.
funeral, everybody's just fucking dying of laughter. Like, what the fucking loser.
that loser died eating a piece of chipolata. I don't know how to. That's like the equivalence to that.
Hey,
That's like us dying from chugging a beer.
A death by chipolato.
Oh yeah, you're now sentenced to death by chipolata. Any because the way I wanted to end this Harry Potter, which was a great first read, by the way. Thanks everyone that joined in. We already picked out the next book, and we're gonna mention that at the end of this. But unless you guys have any other notes, I wanted to like just have final thoughts overall going around the way.
About the ending, right? Like, about like the big reveal, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, do you guys are there any notes before we get to that? Are we all done? Jay, do you have any more notes you want to mention?
We kind of like jumped at one point because we went from we jumped really early on into like later parts of the book.
It's only because I did stop taking notes. Like I said, I did.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to like cluster it, but
no, my biggest notes that I had were like, it's weird that they got punished for being outside of curfew, but their punishment for being outside of curfew was like being outside of curfew.
Have you guys ever seen King of the Hill? Because that's
one thing I want to say though, also that he just reminded me. I think this point system is stupid as hell. It's like I don't
that's just
understand.
flawed, huh? Yeah, I don't get it either. Who's keeping track of this? I know they're wizards, but like, come on, like.
My other thing is who lets Dumbledore make these effing rules? Because Slytherin won. I'm sorry. I'm a Slytherin, diehard Slytherin. Boy, I got you.
We're all Slytherin, I think, right?
But Slytherin won, and Dumbledore at the last second was like, you know what? I'm gonna give these like last minute bogus points.
No,
I didn't see Draco taking on fucking Voldemort, so.
I mean, Draco seems kind of like a pussy.
He's a bitch, dog.
Yeah, he's a weenie.
Yeah, but Dumbledore also gave points for stuff that happened earlier on in the school year. Like, he waited until, like, the very end. If I would have known this as a Slytherin, and if I was a Slytherin, like, keeping mental points of, like, who's getting what, I would have been like, I need more points. I'm going to raise my hand in class. I'm going to do extra credit, you know?
Yeah.
JD,
if I knew that I was going to lose by 1 point, they lost by 1 point.
I'd be pissed, dog. And I was gonna say to your point though, of like, oh, they got in trouble for being outside past curfew, and then they made them go out after curfew. That's an old premise, like in King of the Hill. I think his name is Bobby, right? The son.
Yeah.
He gets caught smoking cigarettes, so they make him smoke a carton of cigarettes, so you never do it again. So I mean, it's kind of makes sense in that way. Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna say something that related, but we'll keep that between me and Lex.
Oh, wow, you guys had to suck some chipolatas early on because you got caught sucking one?
No. It was when we were stuffing you with chipolatos, but we won't mention that.
I must have been drugged because I don't remember. I drank that poison instead of the one that lets you go through the flames. I didn't write it down either, but what's that wine that was safe? There's some type of wine when they're in the last chamber.
The one that gets you faded.
No, it was like the only one that's not poison. I forgot what they called it. Some type of wine.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't take note of it either.
It's called
285.
Yeah. Nettle wine.
Nettle wine. Let's make some.
Let's look it up. See the rest.
Sounds pretty bomb.
Yeah.
Let's look that up real quick.
Dude, I'm like trying to take all my notes out of the book so I don't come back to it like in a couple of years and be like, what the hell did I write?
So, Lex, you got any final thoughts on the book while we have a cheeseburger look up the recipe?
Yeah, I thought it was a sick book. I mean, like they built up Harry Potter to be like this cool orphan kid, basically. And I mean, he is kind of a dick at times, even in this. But, yeah,
Who wants to read this?
I also, one thing I want to say about, in the first half, like I imagine Mrs. Dursley being a baddie. Like I don't know about you guys.
Oh yeah.
Like I
Hey, well,
reckon,
because as we mentioned, Mr. Dursley sounds like a stud, so of course he pulled a baddie.
And
yeah,
then you watch the movie.
yeah.
You're like, what the
Horrible
fuck?
casting. Nah, just kidding.
I mean, Miss Dursley's still kind of a baddie though. So.
Yeah, look, she's not too bad. She's weird looking, but
What about Dudley?
looks like Lex as a child. Not kidding. I don't know. Hey, who wants to read that? Could you guys see it?
Nope.
Could you guys see my cursor?
Nettle wine is a kind of wine, not poisonous. This wine is presumably brewed by nettles.
From Nettles.
Nettles. It's a soft blue color.
It has a soft.
And they spelled
Nah, that's
color
sick.
wrong.
No, they're British. That's how they spell it.
It's wrong.
Full color.
That's how they spell gray with the E.
No, that's fine. That's how they spell it. It's still wrong.
Yeah, because we're Patriots, brother. Kidding.
We
Lex,
won the
nice
war,
points.
so-
I love that your mind stuck to the beginning and just thought Mrs. Dursley was a baddie.
No, I saw like your first video. I'm like, man, they didn't even mention Mrs. Dursley.
Hell yeah, that's
He
your
was
type
big,
right
man.
there. Huh? You like those crazy
Well,
ones.
I think they described her something as like a long neck and like she's blonde or something. I think skinny. Oh.
Lex a little vampire. He just wants to suck on that neck.
I'm like, what that neck do?
Hell yeah. I'll go with my final thoughts. I will say they are hella brave. That's one thing I like that they point out. Like Harry and Ron and all of them, like they're pretty epic, dog. Like I feel like a pussy. Like I don't know if I'd want to go do all the shit they did. Busting missions in the middle of the night. I'd be scared of getting in trouble. I feel like, unless I was drunk, I'd probably do it. But yeah, this kid is fucking pretty epic. He came from nothing, made something of himself. So, well, I mean, low key, it's not fair. His parents kind of made something of him, or Voldemort in that way, in that sense.
I mean, I don't know.
Like he made him a legend.
I mean, they already, like I said, they kind of like built him up in this book. Like, oh, like, yeah, this guy's like something special, like he's gonna be famous in the wizarding world, and like then there's like the stuff with like his wand and stuff where it's like
the same one.
the same feather came from like Voldemort.
On that point, on your point, Lex, like that is true. Maybe he did do more than. Maybe like that's harder what he did because it's like being a rich kid. Like they think he just got it easy and made, but they already expected him to be a legend, and he actually lived up to it. So that is pretty dope. Like I feel like when that pressure's on you, a lot of people will fail and like not even try. But like Tom Hanks kids, no, I was kidding. Shout out Chet Hanks.
And, he didn't do that bad a job, like with his Quidditch stuff. Also was pretty cool, like how like he just ended up catching something in midair, just ended up becoming like a prodigy basically. That was pretty cool too.
Who wants to go next on their final thoughts? JD?
All right. So first I want to ask you guys, let's imagine that we're back in the 90s. This book just came out. After reading this, would you guys want to get a sequel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I definitely think that I would. And I credit that to a lot of J.K. Rowling's writing and her styles. And obviously she took a lot off of Shakespeare and J.R.R. Tolkien's work. And I think that's amazing of just how it's such an easy read. And I think that's what it comes down to, is that this was a great kids book that like I remember reading throughout like elementary school. I remember going to like book premieres, movie premieres. Like Harry Potter was such an important part of my life, and I think that this was such a great first book for us to get back into, especially doing a book club because it's such an easy read. I agree with Lex. I think the Quidditch the Quidditch parts are really amazing, not only because it's such a fascinating sport and that if I could ride a magic broom, I'd totally try it, but just because of woman, this woman basically created a whole sport off like the top of her head based off of other sports that she kind of like saw. So I thought that was really cool.
I mean, like in the movie, it sounds kind of dumb because it's like so short. The game is so short because like as soon as you catch the snitch, it's like the game is over. But like they catch it so fast, so it's like, is there really any point to playing? But I guess there is a point if
Real quick, before we end it, my bad. I don't know, was it in the first half Quidditch when he joined the team? No, it was the second half, right?
Yeah.
The end of the first half, yes.
Because I don't remember if I asked it on the last one, but I never understood that whole, because when I saw the movie as a kid too and all this and that, I don't understand why you win when you grab the snitch. If that's the case, what's the point? What's the reason of having points?
You don't win. If you catch the golden snitch, you get 100 points, and the game is over.
150.
However,
150. Yeah.
No,
it's
150.
150. I think it's 150. Yeah.
I think it's 150. Yeah.
So is the goal to be 150 points ahead of your opponent?
I guess.
So this is a great point. Is that I believe it's a Quidditch match towards the end of the series that Victor Crumb ends up catching the golden snitch to end the game against Ireland, but Ireland still won.
So then you probably just have to have a 150 point lead.
So you just have to score a shitload of points before whoever catches it. Like if you and then the game's over. As a seeker, not only are you trying to catch the golden snitch, you have to pay attention to the points because you don't want to catch the golden snitch if you're so far behind.
But that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if you guys read that weird. When I read that part, I was like, I don't get it. Like, what's the point of the other points if you're just gonna catch?
Well, the golden snitch just ends the game. Catching it ends the game, and it awards the catcher 150. But whatever points are ahead of that, that's what they use. So they just add all of that up.
Oh, so literally the snitch is the ending. That's it. Like, that's the buzzer.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean,
okay. So I never
because they mentioned that.
I think like each throw is like 10 points, so
10 points. I think,
yeah, because they mentioned it that there was like when Harry's like reading up on it, he finds out that there was a game that lasted so long that players were like substituting to get sleep. So
that's why I still didn't get it though. I was like, the way I read it, I was like, I thought the objective then was to only grab the snitch, but you also want the lead itself, and then and then
the broomsticks flew over your head. We got it.
Yeah, you also you also have to understand that from the book to the movies, what they want to try to convey to you is that Harry Potter is such a great seeker that the games end that quickly because he's so quick at catching the snitch that the games end so quickly. But like when you go to like professional games, it takes them like hours for them to catch the snitch because it's so hard and it's so fast. And that Harry's just naturally talented.
I mean, they did say that like their last seeker, who was I think Ron's brother, I think, right?
Yeah,
that he could have went pro
Bill?
England, but
Charlie
he decided to
Charlie the dragon one. Yeah.
He decided to go dragon hunting instead. And then they thought Harry was even better than him. So,
and then what they say it was 100 years since they have a first year seeker or whatever.
I don't think it was that long, was it?
Yeah, a century.
For a first year. Yeah.
When they mentioned Charlie, they're just saying how good he was that he could have went pro. But yeah, they said Harry was like the first seeker in 100 years to be like a first year seeker.
Yeah.
Megaho, your final thoughts on this series, this book we read? I mean,
just overall, I think we all kind of covered it. I think it's an iconic book, especially for our age group, because we kind of grew up with it and we got to see everything. And just awesome first read. Definitely easier to read than some of the books we might own. But yeah, like I just thought it was great. Uh,
Fun,
definitely
right?
gets you. Yeah, it definitely gets you into the mood for reading a little more.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
one thing I would like to add also is just like, man, the world building that they built in this, like, I can't really imagine another wizarding world other than the one that she made. Like, if I were to make like a wizard world, I would pretty much almost incorporate most things that they put in this book. So
Definitely, yeah.
it's
Because
kind of
J.K. Rowling may have been influenced by other authors, obviously, but like I feel like Harry Potter is on its own as far as the Wizarding World. Yeah, like,
like
Yeah.
I
like,
don't think you can think of wizards and not think of Harry Potter. So
hell yeah, iconic dog, iconic.
So do we
Which
hit
is
them with a new book?
yeah, let's do it. But real quick, I was gonna say thanks to you guys for doing this with us, Faded Family.
yeah,
And I picked this book for a reason. I thought like it's an easy read, as JD mentioned, as everyone's mentioned, and it's fun. Good to get back into reading this way. Start off with something a little light, and it was fun, dog. I think it's fun. Hopefully, everyone else loves the series, and hopefully, the other chuggers start reading along with us. But Megaho, do you have your copy with you?
Oh, I got it in the other room.
Go grab it real quick. We're gonna reveal the next book. So JD, Lex, if you guys want to be in on this next series too, should I call it series or next part or next
Installment.
next installment of IUI, Illiterate Under the Influence? You guys go grab your copy as soon as possible, because in another 2 weeks we're gonna be doing the first half of it. So,
all right.
you guys are about to be mind blown. No, just kidding. It's not that crazy. I've only heard of it referenced in movies and people I met that've gone to jail and prison. And I know it's something they read in prison a lot. And
It's the Art of War.
And they reference it in movies and shit. JD, piece of shit. Yeah, it is.
Is it?
I wanted to reveal with Megahill. Hey, I had to show it because JD called it.
No way. Okay, not gonna lie. Be honest, guys. I had no idea.
No way. You called it.
I had no idea. That was a complete shot in the dark.
You called it though. That was epic. Hey, JD, I was like, I've only heard about it from people that have been in jail and like in movies about prison. That's how I've heard of it. I don't know how you heard of it, Megaho, but JD, he's like, it's the Art of War. So I had to show it. He called it on the fucking money.
I wanted to read it since I took military history in high school, so
that makes
sense. I read it in high school.
Yeah. Oh,
I
you
didn't
read
have
it in high
military
school?
history.
That's also like a classic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an iconic book too, I think. I've just never read it. I've just only heard it referenced, like I said, in movies and people.
I read that book, and then I also read this book.
Mein Kampf.
Hey, that's on our list.
Later down the line.
Megaho, why don't you lay out the guidelines for this year?
So
remember how we were talking about?
Yeah. So obviously 12 months we'll be able to get 12 books in. Hopefully that's what we're going to aim for. And we also kind of decided that I think it'd be interesting if we were able to get through all the Harry Potters in 1 year. Especially since we have 12 months, gives us, 5 breaks in between, and we'll read a different book just to, not get too bored. And this is going to be the first one. So, but hopefully by the end of it, we'll be able to get all the Harry Potters. But the next one, The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
So the goal is we're going to do a Harry Potter and then a non-Harry Potter book. Some classic literature shit or something that, we're all interested in as a whole. And then, after every book that's not Harry Potter, we go back to it. So 7 Harry Potter books, 5 non-Harry Potter books. So if you guys want to go grab a copy, everyone watching too, go grab a copy if you want to read along with us. The goal is to do it every 2 weeks, so we should be halfway done with this in 2 weeks, and let's find that halfway point right now. So it's 290, so that should be 145. Yeah, 145. I'm drunk. So yeah,
All right,
you
gentlemen.
guys read 145 within 2 weeks, and you guys can read along with us and get your thoughts. Lex, JD, we got you guys confirmation. Are you in on this book, or you're gonna wait till
I'm
the
in on
next
it.
Harry Potter?
I'll read it. I mean, I haven't read it before. I'll see how it goes, and then
Yeah.
I'll go get it. I'll send it to you guys when I get it.
Hell yeah, I've never read it yet either before. So, Megho, you've never read it?
So from starting tomorrow, 2 weeks.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
All right.
I mean,
Perfect.
I read Harry Potter faster than you guys. So I'm sure.
Yeah.
You did, yeah. But yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow, get your copies, and yeah, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right. Perfect, gentlemen. Thank you guys very much,
Yummy.
and enjoy yourself.
Yummy.
Thanks, fellas. Megaho. Hell yeah. This was Illiterate Under the Influence, guys. Check out our new intro. That shit's epic. This video is dropping. You'll see it obviously when it drops, but